Hey you guys, it's Jade Hooper, your Ambassador Diamond Leader, and really quick, I want to do just like a little training for you. Now this is going to specifically be geared towards new DTs because I feel like you're just more susceptible to these specific feelings. But I want you to know that there's never going to be a time where this doesn't apply to you. And maybe you watch this, you're like, I've been a distributor for 5 months, and maybe you realize this has been holding you back. So we're going to release this today. We're going to address it. I might say some things that like make you pucker your butt a little bit or like ruffles your feathers. But listen, it's stuff that you need to hear. Okay. It's stuff that you need to hear. I don't know if I'm going to be outside. It's so bright. It's stuff that you need to hear. And I wouldn't tell you anything other than what's going to make you stronger and help you move forward with your business. Okay. The question is, just a lot of emotions. When you're brand new, you're like super duper sensitive, okay? There's so many things to keep into perspective. I want you to think about being a brand new distributor like a kid going into kindergarten or starting preschool. I don't know if you guys are parents, but I am. And I swear to goodness, when my kids start school, their immune system is low. Their immune system is not strong. They come into school and any germ they come into contact to, their body just has a full-on meltdown and they just get so sick and they're sick all the time, right? So being a brand new distributor is kind of like that. You are just, your immune system, your immunity, your confidence is just not up there. And confidence isn't just something that you roll out, you just like have. Confidence is built. Okay? Confidence is built. Say it with me. Confidence is built. All right? So when you come in and there's a few things happening, on one hand, you're like, I don't know why, but I have this feeling that I'm going to be so good at this. I'm excited. I really love this. I love being around the people. I don't know, right? Like you just feel so good being in this element. But what's weird is like you're starting to walk towards who you're supposed to become. You're starting to walk towards like growing as a person. Like you're starting to walk into your destiny now, okay? But what's weird is you're walking into like this growth, but everything around you is staying the same. So you're going to, it's almost like putting on different glasses, right? Or like taking the sunglasses off and realizing the colors. Like you're going to start to realize that you're going up, but the world stays the same. Maybe people are a lot more crankier than what you like realize. You're like, holy cow, everybody's like negative and everybody's talking crap. And it makes you feel weird because you start to break off and branch off to everybody else. What's hardest is when you're like excited and pumped and changing and developing. You're doing personal development. You're like not saying negative things anymore. You're doing affirmations, and like your partner, your spouse is still negative and stuff like that, which is a whole nother video. But I want you to know that that's okay. You growing and changing, the world does not have to grow and change around you for you to grow and change. And everybody else being crabby and cranky, when you were crabby and cranky, when you were depressed, when you were scared, when you were worried, did it have anything to do with anybody else? No, it had everything to just do with you. You were worried about life. You were stressed about bills. You had just stuff going on. You felt like you had no time. Like you had a lot of internal things going out that you could externally just, you're like posting on social media, like complaining, and you're crabby, or you call your best friend, you're like complaining about your relationship or your kids or whatever, right? So, but you're like changing. People are still like that. People are still like that. They're still crabby and complaining and worried and nervous and like mad and sad and depressed. So when you're changing and you're growing, what happens is if someone is crabby, just how they were before, you just didn't notice it because you were also drinking the same Kool-Aid as everybody else, but now you're drinking a different Kool-Aid. Don't take personally everybody else's issues. It's not about you. When you were crabby and depressed and just whatever, it wasn't about anybody else. It was about you. So always use like common sense when it comes to that. You just have to remind yourself over and over and over to build that confidence that it has nothing to do with you, okay? When we start this business, our brains were created to keep us safe, okay? Back in the day when we were cavemen, our subconscious mind, we would come out of the cave and our subconscious mind was like, watch out, there might be a saber-toothed tiger. A mammoth might run you over. Careful when you eat that, plant. It might kill you. That's what our brains do. It's like the doomsday. It's an impending doom generator, right? Like, oh, you message this person, they might say F you. oh my gosh, don't ask your mom because she's going to say you're too loud or whatever. You're too mean. Like, your brain starts to come up with these scenarios that aren't even like true or real, or honestly, they might be true. The people who might not want to talk to you anymore. Like, but it's not bad. It's not bad because I've been there. It's not bad because you're growing and changing and shifting. And to be completely honest with you, if someone wants to block, like, would they block you if you started working at a gas station? If someone's going to block you over you starting a job, that's a them problem. They have a problem with themselves. There's a lot of people in the world, you guys, that have started businesses and have quit. And they don't want to be around people who are starting businesses and are excited and are doing well or can do well, and they know it. They want to be around people who make them feel better about themselves. So they're going to go find other crabby, cranky people, because people who are happy and excited and changing their lives, it makes them feel uncomfortable because it makes them feel bad because they're not doing the same thing. Does that make sense? So there's all of that. And then when you start this business, you're like super excited. Like I said, you're excited for the growth. You're like, I feel like I'm gonna be good at this. These are my people. Like, I seriously love this so much. And then you're just scared. Like, what if I fail? And what if nobody wants this and all this stuff? And so anytime someone looks at you the wrong way, or someone blocks you, or, oh my God, I lost a follower, it just like, it's growing it just like goes in, it's like putting a coin in the bucket of your fears instead of putting a coin in your bucket of like, okay, here's all the things that are going right. You can't do that to yourself. You're going to end up this like emotional hot mess where one day when everything looks like it's going right for you or going the way that you want it to, you'll be happy. And then as soon as something doesn't go the way that fits perfectly to you or how you want things to go, then you're going to just be like, everything's terrible. Like, you can't do that to yourself. Don't do it. Not in business. Because guys, I've been doing this for 9 years. I've made millions of dollars. There's days that I don't enroll. I have people who block me. It's just like I said at the beginning, when I started school, right, or my kids start school, everything made me sick and I built up an immunity to it. You just build up an immunity. It literally does not, I don't care if someone blocks me or like unfollows me, because I have learned through time, through experience, that the world's full of all kinds of kinds. As I'm talking right now, my phone has people messaging me, teach me, give me more information. I'm not good at selling things. What do I do? Like, people are blowing up my phone. I'm not any different than you, except over time, I've just learned to not pay attention to that stuff because it really doesn't matter. The more you pay attention to it, the more you're going to get, like, you're going to start to connect the dots to quit. Do you want to quit? No. So you know what? Today is the day we start to build immunity against those things. Okay? The next thing is when we start to connect the dots towards quitting, because we're scared, like, should I just quit? It's kind of like, should I just jump off the cliff because I'm scared I'm going to fall anyway? So if I fall, it's going to be my choice. Don't do that. We're not doing that. You are an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur takes risks. That's what the definition of an entrepreneur is. You're going to make it. We have to start growing your confidence, and that's going to come through experience and what you tell yourself. Affirmations. I don't know what else to tell you. So go into our team page, go in the file, scroll down a little bit, and there's going to be affirmations in there for you. Print them out and start saying them 10 times a day if you need to, 3 times a day, morning and night. I don't care. But we're going to change the narrative. We're going to change what you say to yourself, the things that you say to yourself. You're going to say you're successful, that you're worthy, and you're going to find more and more people that start to come into your life that are excited and that say that you're worthy and that they become your people. You're just changing and growing, and it's fine. But when we start to have this like meltdown because we're paying attention to all the things that we don't want, or we're paying attention to all the things that aren't going our way, and we just keep putting pennies in the negative jar, and it builds up, and we're looking for signs to quit, you're going to find signs. If I want to get divorced, I can find reasons to get divorced. If I want to stay married, I'll find reasons to stay married. It truly is your choice. So when you start to have this meltdown, then we're like, look at them, like, they're getting more customers. Everybody else looks like they're going quicker than me. And now all of a sudden we're spending all of this time just looking for reasons why we suck, instead of just laying the emotionalness down and going into the mechanical, which is just doing the work. So the only emotional thing that you should spend time in your business is the affirmations and being excited and telling yourself you can do it, listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, hopping on Zooms, listening to people tell you that you can and how you can do it, and become neutral with the negative. So build the confidence to where when someone blocks you, you're not like excited about it. You're just neutral. You don't care. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move you towards neutrality, all right? When you see someone else killing it, instead of thinking that it means that you suck, you're like, it's possible. What are they doing? Message them and ask them what they're doing. 9 times out of 10 though, if you start, don't go down the path though where you're just like messaging everybody, searching for the secret answer. When the secret answer, we already have it, it's just working. Posting, messaging, following up, growing your network. Go do those 3 TikToks a day. Go get 5 host posts up a day. Message people if they're not messaging you. There's no secrets to it. That's all people are doing. The ones that are working and the ones that are progressing, the ones that are getting the hosted posts, the ones that are getting customers, it's because they're spending more time doing the things instead of looking at people who are doing it. They're not wasting any time, and it's easy to just like be depressed and just start wasting time. All of a sudden it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you haven't done anything. Okay, so from today on forward, we are going to put more pennies in the jar of what we want, of happiness. Affirm to ourselves, we got this, that we can do this. If we feel frustrated because we're not getting results in our business that we want, we're going to go to our upline. We're going to say, okay, I'm doing some things, it's not working. Can you help me? Do I just need to do more, or is there something that I'm saying wrong? We're gonna just very like level-headedly, we're gonna ask questions, okay? It's okay to be emotional, it's okay to cry and be frustrated. I swear to God, every time I've cried, it's like 7-year-old Jade who is so scared of the world and all this stuff. It's almost like I'm releasing things. Sometimes we just need to cry. Emotions aren't bad. I don't want you to become like a robot, but we wanna spend most of the time just excited and believing that we can do what we can do, okay? I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you for being new. Embrace your newness. It's such a gift. And just remember that someday you're gonna build this confidence, and next month, you're gonna enroll your first business partner that's gonna go through these exact same things. You can't avoid these lessons that you're learning. It's like you can't avoid learning how to write the letter C and just skip, right to college. You've got to learn the steps. You got to learn how to write the letters first. And then you learn how to write words, and then you learn what the words mean. Like, there's always going to be stepping stones in life. It doesn't matter what it is. And you're in millionaire school, man. You're in business school. Like, you're learning things. And so what you're learning right now, you're going to be able to turn around and teach to someone else. Don't quit. You want to know why I've lasted so long? It's because every single thing that I've ever gone through, I've taken it, I've gotten through it, and I turn around and I teach my team how to get through it. And that's why people progress and they move forward. And that's what true leadership is, okay? I love you guys so much. Let your upline know if you need help. I'm proud of you.